are at another edition of Mural Mondays with our today's artist in residence, Ebony Westbrook. How are you today, Ebony?
Hey, I am well.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
You know what's great about you being with us is that every single Monday for the last 2 months, we have had all painters and photographers and whatnot. You are our first jewelry maker. And first and foremost, I absolutely just love your work. Before we start doing any zooming in and any crazy stuff, let me just ask you a little bit about yourself. So where are you from originally?
I'm from Los Angeles, California.
Oh, and what brings you out to this area?
My job, I am actually a life skill counselor at a charter school in D.C.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so how long have you been in this area?
It's been 4 years now. And I'm still trying to get used to the weather. This is crazy because in Cali, it's always sunshine, 70 degrees.
Yeah.
That sandal life.
There's no predicting anything about the weather here.
Yeah, because 1 minute it's hot, and then next minute I'm like, it's icy cold, and it feel like December. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah. That'll all happen within moments. Yeah, it's really weird. It's like the whole area has menopause. So
Exactly.
let me ask you, artistically, when did you start doing this?
Okay, so I started, altogether it's been 10 years. Actually, 12
years.
Yes, so I started this when, I'm not trying to have a sentimental moment, but when my mother passed away, this was something that really helped me to get out of my funk. I just started making jewelry. I would be up 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I never took a class. My cousin one time came to my place and she's like, Ebony, did you do all of this? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you can go to flea markets, you can sell this, you can do this. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah, do it. I'm like, I never thought about making money with it, but okay.
Had you ever done anything creative previous to this?
Previous to this? No. Mainly it's just been this.
I think it's beautiful, especially because of what spawned you, to do it. I suspect that this is a really beautiful way that your mother actually gets to, live on.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Through you and through your art. Jacob, if you could ready that camera for a little bit of zooming in, I'd like to bring this down here and kind of show people, what's so great about art in general is that everyone that looks at it gets something different. Okay? And I love these giraffe earrings. Okay, yes. Look at these giraffe earrings. This is so... First of all, one of the themes that we had been dealing with on Mural Mondays is Afrofuturism. And not only do these have an incredible, African feel, your jewelry, but they also have a futuristic feel to them.
Yeah.
What made you decide to go in this direction?
Man, it's just a vision I have in my mind, and that's how I start creating. It's just visions. I mean, I love fabric, number one. So I do sell head wraps as well. So looking at the certain fabrics, whatever really kind of draws to me, that's how I actually put it together. Just for example, the animals, they are fabric. So then I get other fabrics. It's
How do you do that?
collage.
I'm sorry, I'm so ignorant. How on earth? Where is that giraffe coming from?
It's
you find fabric with giraffes on them?
Yeah, and then
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Exactly, right? You can find anything nowadays.
It's so awesome.
But I just like to put basically something that comes to my mind. It's like a vision. It's like, oh, this would be dope on this piece of fabric. Maybe if I make it into this, make it to this shape as an earring, put it together, and boom. And all of it is, like I said, the leather and fabric. And then the bottom parts here is just foil. They're just like burnt pieces of foil.
But then what about
those?
Something like this. What is that made out of? And how do you get the color is very it's like there's some sort of metallic material in there. How do you get that color in that?
So again, fabric, whatever piece of fabric I
No,
like.
that's fabric too?
Yeah. So whatever piece of fabric I like, I just take it and I just put it on the earring. And all I use is a gloss. Again, this here is the
But then what's giving them the
foil.
structure? I don't mean to interrupt you, but if that's fabric, how are they structured like that?
It's basically, I cut it so it can be like a piece of fabric, and I'll cut it into the shape, and then I'll put it on there so it can fit the shape of the earring.
Oh, so there is like a piece of wood or something on
Yeah.
the back? Oh, I
Yeah,
got you.
piece of wood.
And is that stone that's above them? Are those stones?
It's just, this is like a wooden piece, like a dyed wooden piece.
I'm telling you, you guys, I'm like 2 centimeters from these things, and I can't even figure it out. It's so
Thank
incredible. I mean, it's not only would this look beautiful on somebody, but I would just hang them up and admire them.
And yes, also I do paint. So I paint the canvas as well. So it's kind of like tells a story of the earrings.
I feel, it's so interesting because it's you're supposed to wear this art, and yet at the same time, when it's on this canvas, it all becomes part of this mural, this picture.
Yeah.
My goodness gracious.
Glad
I'm telling you guys,
like
I don't
it.
know how you guys do all this stuff. Now I have to look at it. And there's if you could see here, there's definitely pieces of what looks like not almost like foil?
Yeah, it's just burnt foil.
It's just burnt
kinda-
foil.
It's just,
Like that's a normal thing. It's just burnt
it's
foil.
just burnt foil.
My goodness gracious. But then down here, I understand that there might be a pattern on this fabric, but are you drawing on top of it?
No, again, it's fabric. So it's just like I cut something I like on the fabric. Or, for example, the background piece of the fabric that's purple, right? So altogether, the leather, this is leather. So it's silver leather.
So this fabric is on top of leather. That's what it's mounted on.
Yes. And then...
are these leather as well?
No, this is wood.
That's
A piece
wood?
of earring, yes. And then a piece of fabric that I like, I'll cut it into the shape of the earring I want it, and then I'll get another piece of fabric and so it looked like it's kind of like an animal that just scratched it or something. Yeah.
My goodness, I'm telling you. And growing up, was there someone's jewelry or someone's art that inspired you to kind of... Do you know what I mean? For instance, did Breakfast at Tiffany's, hit you hard, or was there a movie, or is there any creatively what stuck to you growing up?
I would say the African art, African jewelry. Now, my mother, she really implemented that a lot to me in a younger age. I had the African dolls, the African jewelry, the bangles, all of that. And she really helped me to understand the essence of who I was and who I am now. But just basically I was putting it together, and I was I wanted to modernize it, make it kind of geometric a bit so it can stand out. And like you were saying, it looks futuristic in a way. So that's something that it's a vision of mine, and also just the art altogether, African art and jewelry just inspires me, and I just create it.
I'm telling you. You know what I'm also noticing is that if you were to wear these earrings with that head wrap, man, that would look really pretty.
I was wearing those, but I was like...
You had them on?
I had them on, but then I was like, let me just...
Okay, now you officially... I was going to do it, but I didn't want to be real cheeky. Can you put this in your left ear?
Sure.
Okay. Jacob, if we can zoom in, this is the real way to model this. Okay, let's zoom into her left ear. Don't move.
Okay.
You have to stay. Now you're really getting into model mode. Oh, look at that. Well, I was 100% right. That looks amazing.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Okay, you're going to have to wear this for the rest of the interview.
Okay, then I'm just wearing these.
Okay, that's
Because I
fine.
literally had them on. I was like, nah, let me just put them here so then they can see.
But also because... it's like if you want to sell a car, you have to show people driving the car. If you want people to, come buy these earrings, you got to see how beautiful they actually look on people. And we are at 2622 Georgia Avenue. So from now until 10 p.m., I want anyone that's tuned in to come on down on your lunch break. Come on down after work, okay? Because all day today... Okay, we are going to be selling Ebony's earrings for her, and when she comes back tonight, we will just hand her whatever is left, and we don't want to have anything left.
Yes.
Okay? So today and today only, you're going to be able to get an incredibly special price on these. So I want you to come out to 2622 Georgia Avenue. We're literally at the entrance to Howard University. And we always have lots of cool stuff going on here. Okay, so don't just come, for Ebony and her beautiful earrings, but we have a beat bar to check out. We have radio shows in the evening. Obviously, a recording studio. We have photography services if you need them. But let's get into these over here. And let me tell you, one of the things that I think I've just learned today is that your earrings are like 2 or 3 or 4 different levels of work, okay? And what I've discovered is that, so you have, the actual, I don't want to say dangle, but the thing, the large part.
The large ones,
okay? And then I've noticed you've spent all this time pairing, like for instance, let me just show you, pairing the earring with like other pieces that are so different than it but make so much sense. So for instance, this is a stone. I've never seen a stone before in my life.
And all it is just recyclable beads. Like sometimes I will go buy my beads, but most of the time I like going to a thrift store and I'll just get one of those little necklaces or something, or just something that's kind of outdated. I'll cut it and just take the bead from there.
And so you have a bead, and then on top of that, there's this very interesting wood piece.
Yes, that's dope. Now I bought that. That was not from the thrift store. I actually went to the bead store.
Where would you even get that? That's a bead?
This is super unique. Yeah.
It's a wooden. Dope. I wouldn't even call this a bead.
I don't think it's a bead either. It's
a
wooden piece.
Okay, look at what I'm describing, you guys. This is what I'm describing. I wish I had. I'm going to try to hold this, okay? So look at my finger here, right? So this is this incredible bead, which is really looking like a stone that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Up here, she says is a bead. There's nothing bead-like about this. It's like a wooden piece, okay? And then above it is like something that looks like a piece of a pearl.
A stone.
Or a stone. I'm just, so when I say there's like multiple levels,
layers,
right?
Yeah.
So there's 1, 2, 3. And then, of course, the main attraction, I mean, listen, I've watched women and my wife wear jewelry for 100 years. I've never seen anything like this that has so much beautiful art going on, like, look at those at the top. The way that somehow matches perfectly with these zebras.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you. Wait. Is this fabric? Is the zebra different fabric?
The zebra
is different, and then this is different too.
Yeah, so that's fabric as well, and the zebra's fabric.
My goodness, you guys.
And I use a gloss that has look like crack pieces of like tiny glitter. Mm-hmm. So I use that to.
What's great about jewelry being art makes more sense to me than like sneakers being art. So like we're big sneakerheads here at the Hip Hop Museum, but we never want to wear the sneakers because it like dirties them up, messes with the value.
Yeah.
But you can wear a necklace, you can wear earrings, you can wear art and not jeopardize it. Do you know what I mean? Or ruin it in any way. And I think that's something that women have that us men, we don't have. We're really into sneakers. Okay.
I see.
Yeah. But you guys, you have this awesome jewelry. So we, as much as I'd like to wear these, I can't.
I know.
I'd get a lot of questions, though, if I did. I'd get a lot of questions. I do have both of my ears pierced. That's a story for another day. So let me take this earring off right here and just kind of talk about it and describe it.
Okay. Now, somebody almost bought those. I had a show this past Saturday, and this lady was eyeing them.
Well, look at them. I feel like...
Oh.
Over there.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. Don't move.
Okay,
now just stay like that for 30 minutes. Don't move. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like someone somewhere has a dress that matches this perfectly.
Yes.
And like a wrap. Look at that red, with the yellow spots. I feel like these earrings would so perfectly go well with like, one of those incredible Nigerian wrap dresses. Mm-hmm. Have you seen those? Mm-hmm. And I'm always driving on 16th Street, so I always get treated to, African people know how to dress much better than American people. Let me tell you. If you've ever seen, the Nigerians dressing up and going to church or whatever, man, it's just so it's so
beautiful.
It's
super beautiful.
It's really royal looking.
Yes, I agree.
So I think you have that going on. Okay, you can put that
All
back
right.
now. So tell me, what were you thinking when you created that pair that you were just holding up right there? What was the inspiration behind
So
that?
I like the fabric. The fabric was dope. And I have some more fabric that I made into wraps as well. But I love the leaf pattern in it. So I was like, I'm going to take that piece and have that fit right into the leather piece of the earring. And again, the yellow spots is gold. It's the foil. That's all it is, burnt foil. And then I had some other little dangle pieces of gold. It's like a little medallion at the end. And I just was like, maybe this would be dope. Putting it together like an earring, that would be fire. And then there's some red beads that are spotted, like the silver, look like silver paint is splattered on there. So yeah.
It's unbelievable how these three things that had nothing to do with each other come together so perfectly. And what I was thinking as you were talking was that if you sell head wraps and do head wraps, pair a head wrap, if each ear, like for instance, if there was like a green, head wrap that we could pair, that would be a great, I don't know. I'm mostly saying this because I'm ever so slightly colorblind. And so as my 3-year-old daughter would say, I'm always wearing things that are matchy-patchy.
Oh, okay.
So I just thought that these would match perfectly with the head wrap. Now let's zoom in. Can we zoom in on these trees? She has this incredible...
And I painted those. Those are painted.
And let me tell you, that is the... what is the name of that African tree that has almost all of its branches and everything at the top? Oh. Because it reminds me of that African tree that has these incredible trunk, right? Really thick trunk, and then all of its branches and everything is all at the top, like in this kind of interesting way. And yet at the same time, you got a little bit of like 80s funky neon pop art thing going on with those, and even with the blue as well. What was your thinking behind these?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. So I came home upset. And I was like, let me channel my energy. Let me actually start doing some art. And that's what I did. I did a lot of art. And I was like, let me try to see if I can actually paint a tree. And that's how it started. And I was like, oh, this is dope. I can paint.
That's incredible.
So, and after just seeing what I created, like also some of the pieces here are fabric. There's a few pieces that are fabric. This is fabric right here.
Oh.
Fabric.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You can't even tell because it's
because it looked like
black.
It's paint.
Yeah.
Like it's painted as well.
Yeah.
But I just was like, this is pretty dope. And after seeing what I created and channeling my energy and actually fixing something, creating something, I was just like, okay, I felt way, way better. And it made me feel more happy as well, like something I created. And also seeing that when somebody buys the pair of earrings, it's like a piece of me is on your ear. That's dope.
But I also think that
it's art.
You're more honest with yourself more so than some of the other artists I've interviewed.
Really?
Yes. In that you're aware of the emotions that are driving your art. Mm-hmm. I think some of the other artists that I've interviewed here in this seat, art is I'm a musician and a producer. So art is 100% emotional. Do you know what I mean?
It is.
But not all artists are aware of the emotion that drives it. Do you know what I mean? The fact that you looked at that pair and immediately go, oh, I was in a terrible mood that day.
Yeah.
And this helped me get out of my funk. Like, that's really, I think, enlightened of you.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you. It's true.
I think art has the ability to do that, and I think we're really lucky. Now, the last piece I'm going to get into. Oh, I'm over here. The last piece I'm going to get into. Yes, you hold that. Okay. The last piece I'm going to get into. This is my favorite one. I'm going to put my knee there.
Okay.
Are these right here. And I absolutely love these. These are my favorite. Yay. Because the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things that I see going on are so different and separate from each other. So can you walk me through exactly, we got wood. You have. Describe this to me.
Okay.
Walk us through those.
So, again, I see a color that I like. So the color of the beads, the bead draw me in.
So this one was around the bead.
The beads draw me in all together because that's dope. It's like really kind of like abstract, like funky. So I was just like, okay, I have these beads here. Let me see what I can put here. So I got some wooden earrings. And again, that bottom part of the wooden earring, that's fabric. So again, it's pieces of the fabric that I saw. I was like, this would be dope. So to me, it kind of reminds me of a little river or something, or like a little stream. But
it's so funny you said that. That's what I felt.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know why I feel like I'm looking like overview of like a pond or something.
Yeah. And that was something that I wanted to do. And then also the same thing, like the gloss medium that I have, it had some of the pieces of glitter, like little silver glitter. So I just put that on top to shellac it. And then on top of the funky bead, the diamond bead is actually, I think it is a stone. I don't know what kind of stone it is. The little, those little beads right on top. It's a stone as well.
It just all goes together so perfectly. That's what I find most. It's like,
Thank you.
Wood, fabric, stone, bead, metal that have nothing to do with each other. But when they come together, it's like they were meant for each other. Yeah,
it's dope.
I'm telling you. You are just such an incredible artist.
Thank you. And then also I painted the canvas as well.
I feel like that's the big unspoken thing that if you were to just leave all of these on the canvas, this itself is a piece of art.
Somebody else told me that one time somebody wanted to buy it. Like, I was like, I never thought of that, but okay, we can work something out.
You might have discovered a whole new type of art.
Right?
Jewelry painting.
That's dope. Oh.
TM.
Uh-oh.
You can have it. I have zero artistic ability, so that is all yours, because I think that if somebody wanted to buy this whole canvas with
the earrings,
with what, 6 pairs of earrings, I would be like, sure, here you go.
Right. And somebody said that to me. I was like, wow, I never thought of that. Okay, well, we can make that happen. Definitely.
Well, what's neat about it is that your earrings are so much more artistic than any average earring.
Thank
that
you.
I think people are so enamored, do you know what I mean, with the fact that the earring is like this 3-dimensional piece coming off of this canvas, that they're just like, you might be displaying your jewelry too well, is what they're saying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then they're like, I don't want to take it off. That's its home.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. Well, where can people find you and your art? Do you have an Instagram?
I do. So you could follow me at ESW_jewelry on Instagram, or my Facebook, Ebony Westbrook. I do have a website. I'm still updating, but it is eswjewelry.com. So you can find more information about me and also my jewelry. I'm just super excited because I'm really pushing it a little bit more.
But if someone sees a piece on your Instagram, like an earring or something that they like, can they message you and say they like it?
Yeah, definitely.
And even if it's been sold, can you make them a new one?
I can make them a new. But the only thing is, because I know us women, we don't like anybody else wearing the same thing that we have.
So you would be nice enough to say, full disclosure, this has been sold to someone. But if you would like me to make a new one for you, I will. But I just want you to know you may bump into that person.
Or what it is too, I'll make the same design, right? I'll make the same design, but what will be different is the bead or the fabric. That's the only thing.
And that might be a good thing in that all of your jewelries are like snowflakes.
Different.
Each one is different than the next.
Yeah.
I think that's incredible. Listen, I feel so lucky to sit with you.
Thank you.
And the reason why is because every single Monday that I do this, I learn something. And so I feel really selfish doing this, even though we're trying to give back to the art community here in the DMV. I learned something, and I'm kind of hoping that anyone that's tuning in, even if you're a dude, I feel like art is so transcendent. Just because, women have jewelry and clothing that, we can't access doesn't mean we can't appreciate it.
Exactly. And don't worry, I'm going to make men jewelry as well. So I'm making like bracelets and things like that. So, and then also later to come, I'll be selling clothes and stuff like that. So I'm taking it step by step.
Well, let me tell you something, and maybe this is just me being weird, but if you were to just take the size of these down a little, I would wear them.
Oh, really? And you'll just be like, boom?
I'm a weird person. I'm a little eccentric. Anyone that knows me will tell you that. But I would rock that, okay? And if it's with, a bracelet. Yo, I'm telling you, I'm down. I think that I'm Jewish, but I'm white guy, and I think that white people need to take the lead, in embracing Afrofuturism and understanding how our culture is richer when we embrace other cultures, and I think that's an important aspect of Afrofuturism is that it doesn't have to be embraced by just Africans.
I truly agree. It could be worldwide, and I think it's dope when other cultures wear a piece of our history. I think that's truly dope.
Yeah,
it's admirable.
I think so too. And you have really, really beautiful pieces.
Thank you.
Once again, we are Listen Vision, DC's largest and oldest recording studio. We're located at the entrance to Howard University. We're going to be here from now until 10 p.m. You can literally just show up and look at and purchase these beautiful, beautiful earrings all day until 10 p.m. And once again, give them your email address and your Instagram in case anyone wants to commission you to do some pieces.
Sure. So my email is ebonywestbrook@gmail.com. And again, you can follow me at ESW_jewelry on Instagram. Please follow, support.
Look, there it is. Yay!
Yay! Hey!
There we are. There she is. ESW_jewelry. You know what would be really neat is if when my daughter is 3, but if she gets a little older, okay, to have like a jewelry making party.
Yes.
I bet ESW Jewelry would be willing to host that type of thing.
Yes, I do things that way. Yes, I do wrapping tutorials and also jewelry making tutorials as well and workshops. Yes.
Because I have the girliest daughter. I don't know how she got like this.
Yay!
She's 3 and she poses in the mirror and does all these things. So I might have to hit you up. I'm going to give her, let's say, 3 more years. Until that's okay by me. But that would be really fun. I bet the girls would all love that.
Yes.
You do little clip-ons even for the ones that don't have their ears pierced.
I do clip-ons, yes. And then also my work has been featured in the Moad Art Museum in San Francisco, California. That was back in 2011. Also, my work has been in the B Trends magazine. Have you heard of that?
I haven't, but that's awesome. B Trends?
B Trend magazine in the 2011 catalog.
That's awesome.
And then my work recently was in the Brentwood Art Exhibit in Maryland. And then also, shout out to Exit the Apple. I started with them in Baltimore and having my stuff displayed in there. And
so it sounds
I've been doing it,
but it's culminating, right?
Yes,
it's all starting to build up. And
it's building up. I just did a last show with Women Creative. Shout out, woo woo! Hope you're on there. It was Saturday, this past Saturday. It was phenomenal. Half of my stuff was gone. I was like, so this wasn't it. I had other stuff.
Oh,
I had
that's great.
Wraps. It was half of it was sold out, and that's great. So that helps me to be like, okay, Ebony, you got to get back on your grind. So definitely.
So this summer, I think what we're going to do is we've had so many artists and folks come through for Mural Mondays. We're going to bring everyone back to do like pop-ups during the summer when it's warm and go outside in the front and everything.
That's dope.
Would you be willing to do that?
Yeah, I would love that.
Got you on camera. Okay.
Thank you. Hey.
I got her committed. Okay. So in a little bit, we're going to upload this entire interview to YouTube.
Okay, perfect.
We're streaming live on our website and on Facebook. And if you missed any of what we're saying right now, in 10 minutes, this entire interview will be up on WLVS Radio's YouTube. So you just search WLVS Radio on YouTube and you'll be able to catch the whole thing. But Ebony, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. I love this.
Okay, so from now until 10, please show up 2622 Georgia Avenue. Come get some incredible deals on this beautiful, beautiful jewelry. Okay?
Yay.
We'll see you next Monday for Mural Mondays. I'm Jeremy Beaver, CEO and founder of Listen Vision. We'll see you then.
See
Peace.
ya.